stories like this still upset me because if this was an accident, then it's still a sad story. But to me, it still seems a little weird that she would just go sit on a window and then fall out of it. This one is a very strange one to me. And the reason why I say this is because it's the same thing that happened with Chesley Christ. Now, if you don't remember Miss USA's Chesley Christ, she was a lawyer. She was very successful with what she did and all that. And all of a sudden, she had the looks, the brains, all that. So many accolades. She was fighting with fighting for civil rights and for, all types of different stuff. Okay. Unfortunately, I gotta censor myself as much as I can. And that's what sucks about this. But we have a story about Zoe Bethel. And this is the young woman right here who in Miami ended up leaping off of out of her, they say third story condo, all right, to her demise, to her death. And this just sheds a serious light on mental health. And I know that we have been all locked up. I mean, shoot, like I said, all the time, I'm swimming in purple. All right. And I've been doing this in this room for about a year and a half, 2 years, nonstop. Right. It's closing in on 2 years here very soon. And I can understand it can be very tough for a lot of us, this being the lockdown and all that stuff. And I can see how personal issues can come to a head or can actually heighten over these times. But this one's a very strange one to me. Okay. So let's take a look at this particular article. Okay. So her parents, her family is denying that she unalived herself. They're denying it. Denying it. The other thing is, yes, Peggy, just real quick side note, there is no video. They have not released any video revolving around the last moments those security cameras saw Chesley Christ before she took her leap. They have not released any of that footage. And for a fact, a high-rise apartment complex that's luxury and is luxurious and has all these great amenities and all that stuff, for a fact that they are suited and booted with security cameras all over every nook and cranny of that place. We talk about New York, okay? New York has cameras everywhere. There's a camera pointing on everything in every corner of every street, so on and so forth. So, with that being said on that story, that's one thing that I still find very, very strange on the Chesley Christ story. But this story right here about Miss Alabama, Zoe Sozo Bethel, her family is denying that she unalived herself. And they're saying that it was an accident when she fell from her third floor Miami condo. It's still strange to me, y'all. Even this one is going, you're telling me that this was an accident? How does we're going to look at this because, like I said, it don't make no sense to me. Please do me a favor, hit that like button down below. Send those likes all the way up, okay? Please, please, please. And I'm not sitting here trying to speculate or go crazy and try to do anything like that, but you got to look at the facts. You got to look at the things, and you tell me this is an accident? Also, I will say this too. I want to point one more thing out real quick before we go into this story. This story is so strange to me because when they first came out, they said that this woman died in a car accident. I am not kidding you, y'all. I will prove it to you right the F now. Hold up. Before we go into this, they said that this girl died in a car accident. A car accident. And I will show you proof positive that that is true. We're not going to look at these videos, okay? But a lot of these videos, on 1 second, that have been popping out are videos like this right here. Just saying, like, hey, died in a car crash. Another one, car crash. All of these that have been coming out, car crash. And this was 6 days ago, y'all. Now, I understand that there's information that comes out, right? And everybody, because YouTubers and all that want to be the first to come out with the info, right? So they'll just drop whatever and say, oh, this is what it is. Blah, 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 yada, 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 in, right? To say, oh, car crash. They'll just throw out, oh, that's how she died. It was a car crash. It was a car crash. God rest her soul. Then later on, you find out, because when I got the information, they said it was a car crash. They said it was a car accident where she had head trauma. And they said, hey, but her head trauma is mysterious. But then they show photos of her, like this one right here, her face next to a burnt up car. And you're going, how did they find out that she had strange head trauma in a burnt up car? Because if she died in the car accident, then she died in the car accident. But the family's sitting there going, no, strange brew is happening here. Strange. Right? Okay. They said she mysteriously passed from this head trauma. Then just yesterday, I think, they came out with this article. Was it yesterday? No, it was 2 days ago. They came out with this article, and I was like, yo, I need to talk about this one because this is not working for me. So now the family is saying that her death, her demise, her way of transitioning from this world was an accident. She had an accidental fall from the 3rd floor of her Miami condo on the 10th of February. But let's get into this article. And oh, by the way, this young woman also she's like a black conservative. She's a commentator. She does a lot of different things, heavily religious. You name it. She's conservative. Okay? Doesn't matter. Her political views don't matter unless her political views have something to do with her demise. But we don't know that yet. Okay? The devastated family of Miss Alabama Zoe Bethel have pushed back against suggestions the mother of one unalived herself. Like, she voluntarily did what she did from her Miami condo. In a lengthy statement provided by the Daily Mail, which is the article I'm reading right here, Zoe's loved ones insisted that the devout believer in Jesus and proud conservative, quote unquote, both of them in quotes, would never have taken her own life. The beauty queen, 27 years old, young girl, and as you can see, she's a beautiful girl, beautiful woman, 27 years old, still has the rest of her life in front of her. God knows what she could have been doing. You never know. Was in a coma for 8 days after suffering catastrophic brain injuries when she fell from a third floor window. She fell from a 3rd floor window in the Waterfront Edgewater neighborhood. She fell from a 3rd floor window. Okay. Family members announced last Friday that Zoe, who has a 5-year-old daughter, had died as a result of an unexpected February 10th, quote unquote, accident. The Miami Police Department investigated the horror plunge as an attempted unalive, but clarified Tuesday that the death is now being considered a tragic accident and have ruled out foul play. So she fell out. She fell out of a window, third floor window, third story window to her death. Or not to her death, but it's what caused her to die, right? And this is her, Miss Alabama, beautiful woman, 27 years old, beautiful black woman, black conservative. She was an on-camera personality, had a lot of she was a commentator on on politics, and she had a lot of political views. What else is new? I'm sure if she stuck around, she might have been able to be another version of Candace Owens. You never know. You never know. Maybe she was on the way to that. But the beauty queen was in a coma for more than a week after suffering brain injuries when she fell from this 7-story residential building. This is the building that she fell out of. Right here. Now, they say that she fell out of a window. So if she fell out of a window, these are the windows right here. Let me see. Closer? Nope. Not do closer, but you can see right here. For example, these windows. You tell me, can somebody successfully do that? I mean, yes, you can if you're really trying. Or she may have sat on the windowsill, chilling, and may have lost her balance. That could be a possibility too. We got to exercise all of them. But these windows, she was like, okay, so 1, 2, she was right on this third floor right here. And she fell back. Strange. Let's see if I can get some more. There she is again. Some photos with her, and we all know and love him. That is a lie. Of course, there's a video of her, talking about, her love of God, her belief in Jesus and all that. Anyway, moving on. She was growing and becoming more successful each year of her life, and she was only just the beginning. Sure. And if she had a choice, she would still be here with us today. This is what the family said. This is what the family said. Their statement went on. As a common with any death that is due to natural causes, law enforcement will conduct an investigation into cause of death. Thus, the investigation into the cause of Zoe's death is part of the normal protocol for law enforcement and is still open and pending. So, her death, they're doing regular investigation, but they're still trying to figure some things out. Nothing's set in stone, but they're thinking that there's no foul play in this. But the family is refusing to think that she would unalive herself, right? The family's saying she did not unalive herself. But this is when I say, is there any footage, any security footage, anything of that sort that can show proof positive that there was either an accident or that there was foul play here, or anything that would resort to her not unaliving herself? Does that make sense? So show me the Carfax. Let me see the proof. They're saying she fell out of a window and not K-Lou, just so you know. They say that she fell out of a window and not off of a balcony. That's what they're saying right now, okay? But let's continue here. The initial police report is simply preliminary and is not conclusive and is further absent specific facts from eyewitness testimony that would alter the incident type status listed on the preliminary police report. So they don't have anything else on there that's showing else otherwise that it could be an unalived moment or if there was some foul play, because they don't have any other information from any other eyewitnesses. They're still waiting to get more information so that they can actually make this a finalized statement. The family reserves the right to release information as is appropriate in conjunction with the investigation and will make certain necessary information available at the conclusion of the investigation. But the family has already come out and said this was an accident. She did not unalive herself. This was an accident. The family isn't even saying maybe that there was foul play. They're literally just saying she had an accident. But like I said, was there anybody else in the apartment with her, in the condo with her? Is there any footage showing any of this? Of the last moments leading to her fall? Why was she sitting or in the windowsill? And what would cause her to fall backwards or fall out of the window on accident? That's what I'd like to know. Where are the cameras? There's got to be something out here showing something. Okay? But yes. All right? Anything is possible. You ain't wrong, Mark. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. But let's continue on here. All right. Zoe is believed to have been staying with a family member when cops were called to the 7-story La Piazza Navona building, where apartments rent for around $2,400 per month. That's a whole lot of monies, okay? That's some expensive ass. Well, it is Miami, so that might not be as expensive in Miami, but who am I to know, right? On Friday, February 11th, 2022, at approximately 12:05 a.m., Miami police officers responded to a call of a possible unalive attempt. They responded to a call of a possible unalived attempt. The Miami Police Department said in a statement, the preliminary investigation revealed that the victim fell out of a third-floor window, not a balcony, but a window. The victim was identified as 27-year-old Zoe Bethel. She was transported by the Miami Fire Rescue to Jackson Memorial Hospital in critical condition. On Friday, so 7 days later, at 5:24 a.m., Zoe Bethel succumbed to her injuries. The Miami-Dade medical examiner ruled the cause of death as blunt force trauma, and the manner of death is quote-unquote accidental. There was a tragic accident and no foul play is suspected. Now, let me see something here. Friday, February 11th, 12:05 a.m. Let's just play this possibility out real quick. It's a Friday night. She's in Miami. She's chilling with her, like this was a family member's crib. What are the chances of her just having a few too many? I wonder what the toxicology report says. Was there any alcohol in her system? What was her blood alcohol? What was her content level? What if she had any liquor in her? What was in her system? She could have been sitting on that windowsill trying to just enjoy the Miami air, but maybe had too many. Or, like I said, she could have been sober as a judge and just fell back. Those things do happen. Mistakes like that do happen, but still, a 911 call was made on an unalived attempt. Medical examiner says that there was no foul play involved. And this was blunt force trauma to her head. Let's continue. Let us continue. Okay, so obviously we already know they have the right to give out this certain information. Hold on one second. Sorry, guys. Lost my place. Okay, so the family statement said, as is common with any death that is due to natural causes, law enforcement will conduct an investigation into the cause of death. Thus, the investigation into the cause of Zoe's death is part of the normal protocol for law enforcement and is still open and pending, which we already said earlier. This article likes to repeat itself, but we already know all of that stuff. They're still waiting to get some information from other people. All they know right now is that she is no longer here and that she fell out of a third-story window, and that's all they got. They suspect no foul play on this situation. I don't know if this one has any foul play, but questions still do remain. How did she get? Why was she sitting there? Who was in the room with her? Who was in the room with her? Like I said here earlier, where is that? She was staying with a family member when cops were called. She was staying in that crib with her friend, her family member, a cousin or something, an uncle, an auntie, whatever it was. She was there chilling. So in my mind, I keep thinking, well, maybe there was alcohol involved. Maybe she drank a little bit too much. Maybe she was sitting on the windowsill trying to enjoy just the fresh air from Miami, and she fell back, lost her balance because maybe she was a little too drunk. Maybe there was, like I said, maybe it was alcohol involved. I'm just putting those speculations out here. Or she could have just had a straight up accident too. Or somebody pushed her. You gotta throw that possibility out there too. Is there foul play here or not? I don't know. Okay. Let's go into this. Okay. So Bethel represented Alabama in Miss America Strong pageant, which honors single women. She was also a political commentator for RBSN, a conservative media company known for covering former President Donald Trump's rallies. According to her family, to the family's social media post, Bethel suffered severe damage to her brainstem on February 10th in an accident in Miami. She was in a coma until February 18th before she passed away. Obviously, Zoe touched the hearts of many people as they posted on social media. A message posted on February 14th said, unfortunately, the doctors are saying the damage cannot be repaired and that she may not have much time left. And of course, we already saw this, a photo with crazed looking Donald Trump Jr. You know, that's after a couple bumps for sure. Moving on. She also worked for the anti-abortion group Students for Life and Project Veritas. And if you guys don't know of Project Veritas, look it up. But the right-wing organization that aims to show liberal bias in media reporting. Today we are praying for victory for those without a voice in overturning Roe versus Wade. She posted this on Facebook from the Supreme Court building during arguments over a Mississippi law limiting abortion to the first 15 weeks of pregnancy. Obviously, this issue was very personal to her. She obviously chose life over terminating the innocent life God blessed her with. She's refraining to her daughter. She also wrote that in social media. No matter how bad the situation may be, choosing life is always the right choice. Now, of course, we all These are photos posted of family members holding her hand as she breathes her last few breaths, as she had her last 7 days on this planet before she transitioned. Here she is with herself and her daughter. Like I said, beautiful, beautiful family. And of course, she had her thoughts about her 5-year-old daughter. This is her 5-year-old daughter, but she definitely had her own specific conservative views on things that are going on in the world. Like I said, if she was around longer, maybe there would have been a different future for her. We don't know. But this is the sad part of this story. It's a young woman, no matter what, it's still a young, aspiring Black woman that had an opportunity to do more. While she was here, she was still able to accomplish a lot of different things. She was Miss Alabama. She was an on-camera personality. She was getting in there and doing her commentary on what's going on in the world and what's going on in life. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I understand, some people feel some type of way. I mean, if bad things were to happen to a Black conservative, I'm not here to knock anyone down. You see what I'm saying? Because everyone has their opinions. Shoot, I have opinions. I mean, if you've been watching the show, for a fact I got opinions. So when it comes to this kind of thing, it is still a sad story. You know what I mean? Still absolutely a sad story. Strategic, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Got to get out of here on patrol. Stay up, Pascal. Thank you. You too, man. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. But, stories like this still upset me, because if this was an accident, then it's still a sad story. But to me, it still seems a little weird that she would just go sit on a window and then fall out of it, right? Accidents do happen, okay? Accidents do happen for sure. But this one's still a little strange to me. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to get down to it. They'll be able to rule certain things out, debunk or confirm the things that are going on, because it's another young woman that deserves the justice or clarification, right, on what actually happened to her. And if she did have an accident, then we have that clarity, right? But if there is something that did happen that was unjust, hopefully we'll be able to bring that person or those persons that were involved to justice. But I leave that up to you guys. You comment down below. You let me know. What are your thoughts? Do you think it's foul play? Do you think it's an accident? Or do you think she really unalived herself? To me, it just seems strange. I feel that there's a little bit of foul play in this one. Just a little bit. But I would also want to know what the layout of the inside of that condo looked like, because there could be a little bit of a, like a platform right in front of that window that maybe she was sitting on, right? So that she can take in the view, look at the water in front of her maybe, or look at just Miami. And maybe she just made a mistake and slipped, and fell. It's all about what's going on inside of that apartment, in that condo, and what that layout looks like. Because if the window is some little tiny window and somebody would have had to have pushed her out of that window, or she would have had to have crawled, climbed out of that window, then yes, that is suspicious as hell. But let's see what's going on here. The family says it was accidental. So somebody must have been in that space to know what went down, but they have not given out more information. And I'm waiting for that information to come out. Because God forbid, if this was a Chesley Christ situation, then we really need, no matter what, we still need to bring forward mental wellness, mental health, how important it is to talk about things that are going on in your life personally if they really are bothering you. If she did this on purpose, then it's a tragedy. But if there was really foul play, then they need to bring justice for Zoe with the quickness. But we'll see what happens over time.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.